Hello, and welcome to the Hewlett-Packard Enterprise 5G Core Stack demonstration. My name is Lee Hines, and I'm joined by Chris Daniel, HPE's 5G Core Business Line Manager. Welcome, Chris.
Hey, Lee. Thanks very much. Good to be with you.
Well, I understand this demonstration is about the 5G Core. Why don't we start with an explanation of this concept, please?
Sure. Yeah, the 5G core is part of the overall end-to-end 5G network. You know, we've been hearing a lot of talk about the introduction of 5G devices, the 5G RAN, even MEC, the multi-access edge computing solutions. But when you want to get to the true services that 5G launches, the core has to be there, right? And there's some unique things about this core that are brand new to the telecommunications industry. I would say it's built from the internet and for the internet design, right? It's built on cloud native, it's built on microservices. It does all of those things that more look like an internet network than a telco specific network. It's also built from day one to support multi-access, heterogeneous access, Wi-Fi, cable, fixed, mobile, all of those things. But most importantly is because of all the variations in services that it needs to offer, it supports this notion of slicing.
Now, slicing, could you please provide us a little bit more information about that?
Yeah, sure. So, within 5G, you always hear these three service types: enhanced mobile broadband, massive machine type communication, ultra reliable, low latency services. Well, each of those are unique. They're different. The way that they consume network resources is different. And so if you think about something like ultra reliable, low latency services, I need to get many of my service resources as close to the edge as possible to reduce latency and let that service run really fast and high bandwidth right at the edge of the network. But something like IoT, you're just talking about a sensor or a meter. You maybe want to take that service out of the edge, but process it all the way back to the core. To do those in a profitable way, you really need each of those networks to be different. It's really, you're building virtual network overlays on top of a single core infrastructure. And that's really what a slice is, that ability to build custom service-specific virtual environments off of one network.
Well, I certainly picked up on virtualization. That's a concept that's been around for actually quite some time. Isn't virtualization something that's actually available without the 5G network?
It is, and it's a confusing topic for many people. In the past, when we've talked about virtualization, a lot of times we've been approaching that from a hardware-centric perspective. How do you allow an application to optimize the use of the compute and the storage and the networking? So you're really talking about virtualizing the infrastructure. In 5G, you're taking a different approach. You're really saying, how do I virtualize my software? It's all about your software architecture. How do I create microservices? How do I create modules? And how do I automate where those particular modules are going to be used in the network architecture? So in many ways, hardware virtualization from the past and the software virtualization that we're now talking about in 5G, they come together. And they really complement each other to truly create an optimized, virtualized infrastructure at both the hardware and software layers.
Okay, terrific. Well, how about showing us the demonstration of how we achieved this at HPE?
All right, great. So let's take a look at what's the context. What are we looking at? We have partnered with this example with Orange Labs, as well as Casa Systems to demonstrate this particular example. And what's neat is it is true open multi-vendor. Orange has brought the device, the robot. They've brought the RAN. They've brought the applications. Casa, they have brought the user plane functions, UPF, AMF, SMF. Hewlett-Packard, we've brought the control plane functions, we've brought the shared data environment, we've brought the orchestration functions. And what we're doing in this environment is showing a true end-to-end IoT use case with slices and showing how we can build automated slices depending on the service experience running over it. What do you think? Would you actually like to get into it and see the demo?
Please take a look at it. Thanks.
All right, great. So what we're doing now, we're looking at our service director, which is providing the orchestration. You're going to see the screens pop up here. The first thing it's doing is building the initial slice out to the endpoint. So you're seeing it build the slice through the HPE core network functions and the Casa core network functions. So now that these are built, what you're going to start to see is it's going to pop out to the experience itself. And what I want you to look at is these ping and bandwidth times. Right now, we're starting to run standard traffic over the network. You see standard ping response times. And what's important is to watch that robot. Right now, he's moving with what you would consider normal behavior. He's running at a pretty common rate of speed inside of that. Now, notice he started to slow down, right? You see that? His speed is actually slowed down. And if you look back over at your ping and your bandwidth, something specific has happened. What has happened is we've inserted obstruction into the bandwidth. We put a whole lot more traffic onto there, and it's showing that the behavior of the robot is no longer moving at the same rate. His ping response times have gone down. What's going on behind the scene is the application has now went out to the orchestrator and said, this is no longer acceptable. Build me a new slice. And now you're seeing that robot is moving faster again, and you're going to see now that the response times have went back to normal. So in that environment, it's really, you're seeing that example of how the service has recovered based on building an automated new slice. You got any questions or comments?
It was just wonderful. Proactive slice generation based upon real-time network conditions. And I really like the proof that we are able to achieve this with multiple vendors. So is this offered by Hewlett-Packard Enterprise as a full solution?
Yeah, it is. We've realized that in the market, there is a need for a company that is leading this open multi-vendor environment. And we brought to market an entire solution. We brought together the infrastructure. We've partnered with Red Hat on their OpenShift solution to bring a best-of-breed container and platform as a service to market. We're offering our own shared data environment. And then we're partnering with other companies to get best-of-breed core network functions to run the core. Finally, we've realized that with provisioning and with observability and with assurance, we got to have those modules in place as well to allow us to integrate quickly and efficiently into our customers' OSS environments. So we brought those pieces to bear as well. And what's really interesting is we went even a step further, recognizing that the future of the industry is in consumption-based pricing models. We're going to market initially with the ability to sell this in consumption-based pricing models, while also recognizing we may need to still sell in traditional perpetual license models as well.
And the market itself, how's it been reacting to the HPE solution and approach?
Very, very well. We've had lots and lots of companies that have been engaging us directly. But what I think I'm most excited about is multiple customers that are coming to us and saying, yeah, now is the time to move to this multi-open, interoperable environment. And so we're seeing that demonstrated like Orange Labs, where the customers are working with us to ensure that we can come to market with this open solution day one. We're seeing partners working together in ways we've never had before, where we are proactively going into each other's labs and building out these single solutions. And we're getting confirmation, both from the industry analysts as well as from the press, that, yeah, they're seeing the same trends, that now is the right time for open multi-vendor solutions. And surprisingly, we're even seeing support from corners we haven't seen before, such as governments that are saying that for security purposes, they do believe that open multi-vendor solutions for 5G are critical and superior to what we've seen in the past.
Okay, well, thanks very much, Chris, and thanks to you for watching. We hope you've enjoyed this demonstration. Thanks again and goodbye.